नए भारत का सृजन होगा। न नारी में कोई भय होगा, न नर में कोई भ्रम होगा। सब धर्म जात और भेदभाव से जब ऊपर उठ जाएंगे, तब भारत के हर बंदे का केवल राष्ट्र धर्म होगा, केवल राष्ट्र धर्म होगा। तब हम 2047 तक भारत को विकसित कर देंगे। हम सीखेंगे और जीतेंगे। भारत ही विश्व गुरु होगा, भारत ही विश्व गुरु होगा। A very cheerful morning to all of you present here. This is Akshay Gaur from the land of Ganga, Haridwar, Uttarakhand, and I'm here to present before you my beautiful essay on the topic India of My Dreams in 2047. India is celebrating its 75 years of independence. As the world's largest democracy, India has come a long way since 1947. But the roadmap to next 25 years of development will carry greater hopes and aspirations. Year 2047 will be the landmark year to look at India through the prisms of development, growth, gender, equality, employment and other factors. This essay of mine attempts to look at the resolutions that will help transform India into the India of our dreams in 2047. What we dream is what we see. Similarly, how we visualize India of 2047 will determine the resolutions we will adopt over the next 25 years. One wants to see India free from poverty, unemployment, malnutrition, corruption, and other social evils. Over the next 25 years, India should transform into a powerful nation, both internally and externally, implying free from all internal social evils and having the capacity to stand in the world with the best military, power, technology, rising economy, rich and creative human resources. But before looking at what resolutions we need to make India into a global power by 2047, it is important, my dear friends, to reflect upon who bears the responsibility to embark India on this path. It is the responsibility of every citizen, my dear friends. However, the role of our scientists, budding entrepreneurs, women, leaders, social organizations, media stands supreme because of their ability to engage with newer developments in their fields, and that becomes very crucial for visualizing India as a global power in the decades ahead. Having the young and creative human resource in the country is an asset for its overall growth, and hence India of 2047 should be a country of young minds, potential creators, impactful leaders, rising entrepreneurs, shining talents, and individuals who carry zeal, passion, love, and nationalism in their spirit. It is very important for nationalism to take right recourse in the next few years, because a nation that's not filled with nationalistic zeal and valor is a hollow country despite huge economy and strong military strength. While narrowing in on how we want to see India in 2047, it is important to make targets. Time-bound, participatory and holistic. Our foremost target as a developing nation should be to work on economic fronts. Measures such as increased governmental expenditure and investment in different sectors like manufacturing, infrastructure, services, etc. would not only lead to creation of jobs but also provide ease and efficiency in the conduct of day-to-day businesses. According to a study of McKinsey and Company, India is expected to be among the global top 3 economies by 2050. India has become the world's third largest economy in purchasing power parity terms, and the Indian economy is set to grow at 7 to 8% per annum, making it one of the fastest growing major economies in the world during 2021-2047 period. As major contributor to this has been India's booming information technology sector, which has helped create a thriving middle class that is fueling India's economic growth. The second in line would be the health sector. In the next 25 years, it will be important to not only make the health system accessible but also provide qualitative healthcare with advanced technologies and greater reliability. The next would be the defense sector. Considering the challenges that surround India, either in the form of unpredictable neighbors or as unfavorable global alliances, a strong nation economically, militarily, and internally gets valued and heard at international level. Fourth, working on rural areas should be another priority as around 65% of the population reside in villages. And if growth and adequate facilities can reach the last mile in the village, it's bound to reap economic benefits for the country. Besides the economic sphere, there is a need to work towards gender equality and providing equal opportunities for all, irrespective of their background. Issues pertaining to education of girl child, female feticide, sexual harassment, domestic violence, rapes, dowry, and related issues should be dealt with utmost severity and adequate penalization. Initiatives like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, working women, hostels, Mahila e-Hat, STEP, etc. are in the right direction. As Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said that, I measure the progress of a community by the degree of progress while woman has achieved. The fifth resolution should be pertaining to our education system. The goal should be to convert the present education system into a system that is flexible, dynamic, provides equal opportunities. There is an urgent need to shift from rote learning to practical based learning, and this should be implemented at every level of the education from school until the higher education. NEP 2020 addresses many of the existing problems but still leaves scope for dynamic changes, including technology based education, easier access of quality education to remote villages, maintaining the ease of online teaching and learning, etc. Pandemic has taught us that no matter what, education should never suffer, and hence having a vibrant, efficient and dynamic system at hand helps to counter the coming challenges. There can be many more such resolutions, for instance, increasing employment opportunities, preventing brain drain, working extensively with our diaspora and involving them in India's growth, enhancing both hard power and soft power tools for India's advantage, increasing India's outreach on global platform in all spheres, be it foreign policy, fashion, food, culture, etc. In concluding lines, I would say that since independence in 1947, we have walked the path shown by the great freedom fighters. This has been the path of democracy, integrity, nationalism, brotherhood, unity and respect for constitution. In the next 25 years, India should strive to take a leap forward while keeping our core values intact in the direction of greater learning, acquiring skills, and striving for excellence. This should be the responsibility of every citizen. Ending my essay with a beautiful quote by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. If a country is to become a nation of beautiful minds, I strongly feel there are three key societal members who can make a difference. And they are the father, the mother, and the teacher. With this, I rest my essay. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.